Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie and welcome to any new viewers and welcome back you regular viewers. Thanks so much for taking the time to check out this video and check out my channel. For any of you regular watchers, you know how much I love doing first impressions and checking out different foundations, high-end and drugstore. So today I thought I would do a first impressions on the recently released L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Foundation, and it looks like this. I was really excited when Superdrug and Boots started selling this in the UK because I know it launched first in the US, so it's really exciting now we have it in the UK. Yay! So I went for shade 9 Light Sand, and yeah, I'm really excited to give this foundation a go and see how it looks on my skin. So if you want to see my first impressions tutorial, just keep on watching and do subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. So to give you a little background information on this foundation, it claims to be a matte finish and also high coverage. It's full coverage long wear foundation with a weightless feel, and you get 35 grams in it. They come in 7 different shades in Boots in the UK, and it's normally £9.99, but they actually have a sale on and it's only £7.99 at the moment. So the product claims to be total coverage, flawless full coverage base that lasts up to 24 hours, zero compromise camouflage formula, everything from blemishes, redness, tattoos without the overload, while the matte finish leaves you with an even shine-free base. It says no compromise, no transfer and no overload. So on a clean face, I'm going to go in with one of my favourite primers at the moment, which is the Hourglass Veil Primer, and I'm just going to pop this on, as when I do first impressions I do like to use a primer that I know that I really like. And then I'm just going to blend out that primer with my hand. This primer is beautiful and feels so silky on the skin. And I do have sort of normal to combination skin, which means I sort of get an oily T-zone area, and then the rest of my face is pretty normal. So on to the foundation review. So I went for this shade because it looked in the shop to be the most suitable for my skin colour. So it's quite a thick consistency. You can see the foundation is not moving. It's kind of like a moussey formula. So I'm just going to pop that straight onto the skin, and it is a little squeezy tube, so it's like a little paint squeezy thing. So it is quite thick in consistency, and like I said, it feels a little bit moussey, like a moussey cream. So it does hit its full coverage, so sort of thinking how much should I go in with so that it looks good but not too much. So I'm just sort of doing a few little swipes, making sure that every part of the face has some of the product. And then I will go in with my Morphe M439 brush. You know I love this brush to blend out the foundation. So colour wise, that light sand is good. Normally with MAC foundations I wear a NC15 or an NC20, if any of you want to know. So it is looking quite like this foundation. I think this is the lightest foundation that they do, and they do have more tanned ones if you have darker skin than me. So it does look really quite light on camera. Actually, I'm thinking maybe I should have went for the more tanned one now, but I can always bronze it up. So formula wise, that blends out really nicely with the foundation brush. It's given good level of coverage. I've got some moles and those have covered up nicely. I didn't put too much product on because I didn't want it to be like super cakey, because it did say it was total coverage. So I would say that I put probably a medium amount on, so you could put on more if you wanted. But with a medium amount, I feel like that's giving really nice coverage. I feel it's maybe a tad little bit light for my skin, but in real life it doesn't look too bad, and like I said, I can bronze up. So first impression at this stage, the coverage is lovely and actually how it sits on the skin is very flawless looking. It's just basically looking very like, wow, the girl doesn't have any imperfections, which I like. Texture wise, it doesn't feel like super matte on my skin at the moment, but I haven't set it with any powder. So it's nice that it is a matte finish, but it's not so matte, which is good if you've got any fine lines. When things are too matte, sometimes it can really make you look super wrinkly really quickly. So I think it is a matte, but it's not like too matte. And the primer I used isn't a glowy primer, so that would have actually mattified more. So if you wanted to use a dewy finish primer to make it more radiant looking, I think that would probably work quite well. But for me, I really love that Veil primer. So yeah, at this stage, I'm very happy with how the foundation is looking. It feels nice on the skin and it's really done the job of covering, so I really like that. I'm also going to go in, I got a new L'Oreal True Match Touche Magique Anti-Fatigue Illuminating Concealer. So I thought I would do a little first impressions of this product as well, as I recently bought it, and I'm in shade Ivory Beige. I went for the lightest shade that they sold. So let's see how this works. Okay, so it's got a little like brush already built in, so I'm just going to twist it and see. I quite like when I do first impressions to then also try out the concealer that by the brands, because then it's like, ooh, is their concealer and foundation good? So I'm just going to paint that onto the under eye area. I had to twist quite a lot as it was the first time I'm using it. So this is a very yellow in colour, but the yellow will help to conceal but also brighten the under eye area. I would say that for fair skinned people, this is not super pale. For very fair people, it's actually quite yellowy. But we'll see how this blends out, because I know it is meant to be a illuminating, brightening concealer. I'm just putting it on my eyelids because I will use this as primer, and I'm just putting a little bit through the centre of my face to balance everything out and bring brightness. So I'm going to go in with the damp beauty blender and blend out that concealer. Okay, so it's blending out really easy, that concealer, so that's nice. And actually, once it's blended in, because when it's not blended in, it's looking quite yellow, but actually when it's blended in, it looks totally fine with my skin colour. So that is the concealer, the Perfect Match concealer from L'Oreal. I think this was $7.99, and they didn't have as many shades. I think this only had like 3 or 4 shades to pick from. But I will link below all the products that I've mentioned. And that blended out, I actually really like how that concealer looks. It gives a nice level of coverage on top of the foundation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and set my face and finish my rest of my makeup, and then come back to you and let you know how the foundation and concealer work with other makeup, and I will come back to you shortly. Hey guys, so this is the foundation with all of the makeup on top of it. To get the other makeup on, it was actually very easy. The bronzer blended out easy on it, and the highlighter and other makeup went on very nicely on top of it. Now that my makeup is all done, I definitely think that it is quite light for me, this colour, so I probably maybe wish I'd have went for the next darker shade, but because this had a yellow undertone, I did prefer to have a little bit paler and still have a yellow undertone than a red undertone foundation. I think the coverage level of this foundation is really lovely, and it is very full coverage, so if you've got any moles or imperfections that you're really trying to cover, I do feel like it will do that. I feel like if you want something that's more natural and everyday, I feel like you might not super love this, but if you like something for maybe going out in the evening or during the day but want a nice full coverage makeup look, then I really recommend it. I feel like the coverage level reminds me similar to my MAC Studio Fix, and MAC Studio Fix is one of my all-time favourite foundations for when I want a full coverage makeup look. So for $7.99, which is what I paid, I think it's actually a very good foundation, and I like that it's matte but not so matte, so it doesn't feel like it's sitting in your lines, and I do feel like the finish feels like it will last for quite a long time on your face. So yeah, I'm going to give this a thumbs up. and say really great if you can get a colour that matches you. That's probably the main downside, is that you might not be able to get a colour to match your skin, because there was only 7 colours in the Boots and Superdrug that I went to. So for anyone who has very pale skin or darker skin, or just finding the right undertone, there wasn't lots and lots of different undertones like neutral. There were mainly quite a lot of red undertones and then a couple of golden undertones. But I think for the price, I'm really glad I tried it out, and I think it looks really nice on the skin and it gives you a very flawless makeup look. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed my first impressions of the Infallible Total Cover. And for the concealer, I really liked the True Match L'Oreal La Touche Magique. I really like this concealer, and definitely give this a thumbs up as well, because it blended out beautifully and it really brightened. When it first went on and it was very yellow, I was like, oh my goodness, is this actually going to be too dark for my under eye area? But when blended out, it looked really lovely, and I'm very happy that I bought this. So yeah guys, thanks for taking the time to check out this video. Do leave me comments below if you've tried either products, a concealer or foundation, or let me know what your favourite concealers and foundations are. I always love hearing from you guys. And yeah, thanks for checking out this video, and do subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you like it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!